Hi, I'm Munch on the mic. I'm here with David Kerr. How you doing, Mr. Kerr?
How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. David Kerr, you just got a scholarship for writing an essay of how are you supposed to be a purple knight? What is that like?
Well, I wasn't really surprised that I won. I mean, yes, I enjoy winning the scholarship, but it's just a shining example of my hard work that I put in class.
Right now, we have just been joined with Kendall Rowan. Mr. Rowan, what is it like winning the scholarship?
It's an honor to win a scholarship, and I just had to put hard work into it, and I just put everything in it, put my heart in there.
As a St. Augustine High School student, what is it like striving to be successful?
As a St. Augustine student, you always have to be striving to be successful. Like we're a successful bunch. We strive to be the best. That's what we have to do. You can say it's in the blood.
Okay, what is it like striving for success at St. Augustine High School?
Well, being as an honor student, all of our teachers want us to strive for the best and strive for success. And basically what St. Augustine does is they expound upon the foundation set by your parents.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Kerr. Thank you for your time, Mr. Rowan. I'm Munch on the mic, signing out. Hi, I'm Munch on the mic. I'm here with
Desiree Charbonnet.
Ms. Charbonnet. I've heard many rumors that you're considering running for mayor. What is it like hearing this?
It's exciting hearing this. I am honored because a lot of people in my community have been asking me to run, and I am taking everyone's advice, having meetings with many people who would be able to support me, and I'm trying to raise the funds as well that are important in a campaign. So it's exciting, and it's an honor to be considered.
If you do run for mayor, what makes you different from all the other candidates?
Well, New Orleans has a huge crime problem right now, and I just stepped down as a judge, and the only types of cases that I heard were cases of a criminal nature. So I think my experience on the bench, understanding crime and understanding, the root causes of crime is important for the city. So I think that's what distinguishes me in terms of the candidates that are there or announced at this point.
If you run and you are chosen for mayor, what is your benefits to help New Orleans?
Well, it's something people say a lot, but it can't be underestimated. We have to bring jobs. We need opportunity, particularly for young people such as yourself. And so when you grow up, you can have a very good job that pays you well and that allows you to take care of your family. So business development is extremely important. But, again, crime is a result of people having no opportunity. So they kind of go together. So that would be a big focus for me as well. There's many things to work on, but that's a big one.
Thank you for your time, ma'am.
You're welcome, sir.
I'm Munch on the mic, signing out. Hi, I'm Munch on the mic. I'm here with
Austin Taylor, class of 1998.
Mr. Taylor, why are you here today?
Why am I here today? I am here today because it's important for me as well as the community to be able to represent St. Augustine High School in the best light and to be present and to actually demonstrate investment into educating young men like you.
For many other students here, what else you're going to do other than just give scholarships to them?
Well, if you haven't noticed, in the Thanksgiving time frame, I come back and I teach for a day. You never seen me?
No, sir.
Really?
No, sir.
Wow, that means I'm not being present then. I got to do a better job. So here's what I do.
Sir.
During Thanksgiving, I come back to school and I teach for one full day inside Miss Davis' class. She allows me to just come up with whatever creative business lesson that I want to create and do. And I start at 8:30 in the morning and I finish at 2:30. And I go through different classes and I teach different opportunities of what it is to represent a brand, to tell your story, and to help you young men to be able to understand what big business is in the world. So next time I come, I'm gonna make sure I look for you, Mr. Joseph.
Thank you, sir. I was like, thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you.
I'm Munch on the mic, signing out. Hi, I'm Munch on the mic. I'm here with
Emmanuel
And Andrew Gant.
What is it like winning these scholarships?
It feels good knowing that I'm going to have help with my tuition for school.
takes less stress off my mother, you know.
At St. Augustine High School, you don't just strive for excellence, you are excellence. What is it like having this burden on your shoulders to know that you are watched by everyone?
It pushes me to do better things and try harder in class and make sure I pay attention.
Strives me to be a leader in the future.
Mr. Joseph, I'm going to interrupt this session. So, you as a student who seems to be very gracious with your time, why is it so important for you to be in film?
Well, film is very important to me because I want to be someone like you. I want everybody to know me. I want everyone to respect me. Not as just, oh, look at him, he's famous. I want them to respect me as an African American man.
That's a great answer, son. That's a very, very excellent answer. Now, these two young men, they're going to be seniors next year, and you're going to be?
I'm gonna be in 10th grade.
Fantastic. So, do you feel that St.Aug evokes the brotherhood of where Mr. Iman and Mr. Andrew is going to assist you in where you're going in your journey and maturation?
Of course it does. Every person who walks into the doors of St. Augustine High School, he's not anyone we don't know. He is a part of our family. We are brothers. So after they leave, when they leave, I will stay in touch. I will call them for anything I need help with, if it's homework, exams, anything. They are my brothers, and I would like to call them my family.
As you can see, the young men of St. Augustine High School, they are devoted, they are caring, they're respectful, and this young man is going to go places because he's not going to allow any deterring, no falling off the cliff. He's going to stay on the path of where he wants to be. And where do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a marine biologist or a chemical engineer.
He's a freshman right now, and he's well prepared on doing research of where he wants to go. Same as these two gentlemen. Thank you. Have a good night.
And on behalf of the Ladies for Purple Scholars, I want to congratulate the recipients of the 2017 four-year partial tuition scholarship, Mr. David Carr III and Mr. Kendall Rowan. Stand up, guys. These two young men were chosen as winners of Ladies for Purple Scholars four-year partial tuition scholarship. All freshmen with a GPA of 3.5 were invited to apply along with writing an essay on what it means to be a Purple Knight. At this time, I would like Mr. Carr and Mr. Rowan to share their essays with you at this time.
What it means to be a Purple Knight. Most people think they know what it means to be a Purple Knight, but they may be misinformed by rumors or self-perceived notions. Being a Purple Knight is much more than being a student. As a student at St. Augustine, you are being formed into an honorable and trustworthy man. You receive an education that is second to none, as well as having Christian morals instilled into your way of life. These are shown through constant discipline, leading wholeheartedly. A Purple Knight is someone you can rely on. He's a man of action. The next definition of a Purple Knight is that he is a Christian man and his morals show in every action that he does. He follows in the footsteps of Jesus and shows ultimate respect for the Word of God. A Purple Knight gives back to his community rather than not. He embraces all things helpful and shows respect to everyone. He goes above and beyond when it comes to helping others and won't stop until everyone is satisfied. A Purple Knight is a studious man. He excels in his studies, and if he doesn't, he won't stop until he does excel. He is intelligent and puts forth effort in all of his classes. If his fellow brothers need help with their work, he is glad to help them. He shows respect to his teachers and classmates and proves why he deserves his spot at St. Augustine. Purple Knights are role models. They set examples for everyone that knows them and those who don't. There are many people who look up to a Purple Knight, but Purple Knights never look down on others. They treat everyone with the same respect because they don't believe in inequality. A Purple Knight is strong and intelligent enough to handle any situation. Due to their growth at St. Augustine, Purple Knights can face any challenge that this nefarious world throws at them. They use their faith in God to aid them in finding the most calm and peaceful resolution to the most challenging situations. The list could go on and on, but it all means the same thing. A Purple Knight is a true man and will stop at nothing to make sure those that are close to him are okay. The deeds performed by Purple Knights are ineffable. We are strong Christian men, and no matter how the world may try to corrupt us, we keep God's commandments and participate actively in Mass. Purple Knights share a brotherhood that no one else has. Nothing compares to the bond that we share with our brothers. So, as you can see, a Purple Knight is much more than just the average student. A Purple Knight is a man who values his commitment to being an excellent example of camaraderie, Christianity, and intelligence.
What it means to be a Purple Knight. For me, being a Purple Knight was something I thought of as I watched St. Augustine High School march in parades, run down football fields, and win basketball games from time to time. I watched my older cousin, Brian Cooper, become successful as a Purple Knight, as he told me to try to do the same for it was the best for me. As I would watch him in church weekly, he was like an idol to me. He was someone I looked up to. I wanted to be like him, if even better. My brother and I will always be encouraged from him. He led us in the direction of St. Augustine High School. St. Augustine is like a safe place in my eyes. No matter what goes on in the 7th Ward neighborhood, we will always keep safe. They help me, guide me, and lead me to be successful in life. I am currently a 9th grade honors athlete who loves being a Purple Knight. I have been at St. Augustine High School since the 6th grade and have always been involved. When I first started school, I remember being told to be a Purple Knight, you should participate in activities. To be a St. Augustine Purple Knight is a blessing and an honor. As a Purple Knight, we are considered by many to be a select group of young men. To me, being a Purple Knight is to be honest, respectful, and to be part of a legacy. St. Augustine Purple Knights is a hardworking young black male that has to strive for dignity and honor while earning knowledge to be successful in life. To be at St. Augustine High School, it provides you with life lessons and prepares you for the real world. To be an honorable St. Augustine Purple Knight, Purple Knight student, is to be true to what you stand for and to always be true to others. Others such as your brothers you sit alongside every day, and even your teachers that guide you to give you the knowledge that you will need to be successful. Being honorable also leads you on the path of being respectful. To respect your teachers, other students, and most importantly, yourself. If you have enough respect for yourself and others as students, you gain focus needed in the classroom. The honorable attitude shows a sign of respect that a teacher encourages and appreciates during the teaching process. The legacy of a Purple Knight is passed down to many. All who attend St. Augustine High School have been part of this legacy. The legacy of graduates, current students, and even those students trying to come in the future. Some students' families have a family legacy at the school. Their grandfathers, fathers, brothers, and even cousins have gone to St.Aug. Being part of this legacy makes a Purple Knight great. To know that I can count on those who are part of the legacy helps me to achieve my goal. Being a Purple Knight, I know that too, I will be part of such a great legacy.
So let's all welcome Austin Taylor.
December 29th, 1999. It was a Wednesday. I remember like it was yesterday. I was 19 years old at the time. My college roommate and I were sitting around inside my grandmother's home, bored out of our minds, nothing to do, home from school from Texas Southern. And I posed the question to him, and I said, take me to go see my dad. Him realizing that I've never met my dad before, he took this as a very unusual question and statement that I gave to him. That's good enough. As I responded yes to him, we both decided to hop in his truck and journey over to the lower 9th Ward to the Louisiana SPCA. You see, my dad at the time was the executive director of the Louisiana SPCA. And so, always knowing where he worked, but never took it upon myself to take the risk to go over, I decided this was going to be the day. We walk in, and inside the lobby, an office manager greets me, and she asks, how can I help you? And I respond, I'm here to see Ernest Alexander. She asks for my name, and then she journeys over to the back. She comes back out, and she says he doesn't know you, what's this in reference to? I respond, after I chuckle, I said I'm his son. So I didn't understand office politics at the time when I did this at 19, but I felt it was that day that was necessary for me to be there. The lady stares me in my eyes for almost 5 seconds, and then she says, I'll tell him it's personal. She goes to the back, she comes back out about maybe 2 minutes later, and she says, he'll see you right away, have a seat. 45 minutes go by, and I'm waiting very, very patiently because I felt this was that particular moment that I could just sit there for another 5 to 6 hours, it didn't matter. A tall, slender gentleman walks out, and he comes from behind the desk, and without hesitation, I popped up. I knew it was him. I walk over to my dad, and he's in awe. Mouth wide open, staring at me, and I just walk up and I said, how you doing? We shake hands, and as we shake hands, it was one of the most beautiful moments I've ever experienced. We share a small conversation in regards to what I was doing in life at the time while I was playing baseball at Texas Southern. He understood that I was pretty good because he knew from the time when I was little that I was actually all in for baseball and I cared about the game. We then exchanged phone numbers, and he asked me would I love to have lunch the next day, and I said of course. So as I leave, it was on my heart to say goodbye, Dad, but those words truly couldn't come out at the moment, although I felt very proud that this was a chapter that I was embarking on. So as I left, I head home. First person I run to, my mom, of course. And I tell her I met my dad today. So jokingly, she's like, oh, okay, how was it? I said, it was great. I enjoyed it. It was good. Then I tell her, we're having lunch tomorrow. She laughs. She's like, okay, we'll see if that happens. And so I go to bed, and I wake up at about 4 o'clock in the morning. The bed is soaking wet. I'm sweating, I'm coughing, I'm doing everything possible that is not going to allow me to wake up the next morning to go and have this lunch. So I yell out for my mom to come over and nurse me and see what's going on. And she tells me, you're coming down with an extreme fever, or boy, it might even be pneumonia. And so the only thing on my mind is that I have a lunch today. I have a lunch today with my dad. I got a lunch today with my dad. But I'm so weak and I'm so ill, I can't really move. The phone number that he gives me, I pull it out, and I'm trying to reach for the phone to tell him that either I'm not going to make it or can we postpone to later for dinner, but I can't because my hands are just so weak. Finally get the strength after taking a nap. I wake up at 11:30. I dial the phone number. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring. No one ever picks up. Voicemail never ever shows up. And then the meds that my mom gave me, I fall back to sleep. Whatever she gave me that day knocked me out until the very next day. And on that very next day, I was scheduled to head back to Houston, Texas to go back to college for the spring semester of the year 2000. You guessed it. As I left to go back to Texas Southern, that day, December 29, 1999, was the last day that I seen my dad. Now, before that occurrence, in 1999, I had the absolute greatest pleasure of having my character, my personality, and all things that have shaped me in life for who I am today to be done by several incredible, beautiful women, including a few of them that are here today. Of course, my mom, who made struggling look worth it. My Aunt Ruby, who has never missed a special occasion in my life, including rewards for every single report card since kindergarten at St. Louis Cathedral. And of course, she's here today. My Aunt Teresa, Miss Kathy, Miss Loretta, T. Collins, Miss Pat Parker, who was my 9th grade English teacher at St. Augustine, Miss Major, who was very instrumental in the football club and the quarterback club at St.Aug, Miss Greta Burns, who is an extension of my family as my grandmother, my sister Ray Dawson, my cousins Kamika and Shanda, Miss Davis, Miss Yolanda Dumoy, and her mom, Miss Charmaine Dumoy, who was my 11-year-old football coach and was the absolute right person to reach out to me to ask would I be willing to do this today, or better yet, told me that this was happening no matter if I liked it or not. I named those amazing, dedicated women because just like they were present for me as an adolescent, the 54 ladies of Purple Scholars are here for you young men and those that are going to come after you. Their commitment and dedication since starting out in Ann's living room in 2011 with only 8, increased to 24 in 2013, and moving on to an astounding 54 women in 2017. That goes to show you that this is not just a foundation. This is a movement. This is real. In fact, starting next year, I will be turning over my naming rights scholarship at St.Aug to them. That's how much I am inspired. That's how much I am inspired by their care and respect for the business they operate. To close out, I'd like to call up the following Purple Knights, starting with Mr. Ray Johnson, Mr. Jason Dumoy, Mr. Justin Jack, Mr. Kalen Davis, Mr. Christian Bynum, Mr. Andrew Gant, Mr. Iman Neal, Mr. Rasan Smith, Mr. Kendall Rowan, Mr. David Kerr, and all of the other young Purple Knights that are here today. So I'm going to start from the era of the 80s and the 90s. But I'm going to say Mr. Ray Johnson was an inspiration to me every single day when I came to school and I saw the way that he led the band with Mr. Ham. He never gave up. He was completely dedicated. Then when I go to Jason Dumoy, Jason was a National Merit Scholar. He took from Milne Playground to St.Aug what it meant to be an incredible scholar. Then I come into the generation of young men that we have today. You know, a lot of people in New Orleans as well as around the world, they think that diversity is the most amazing thing that has ever happened, and it should be. When I look at this sea of purple, I see one race, but I see diversity. I see diversity that's all within the exact same race. I see the importance of the things that we have done over the past 66 years and how we continue to evolve to pass down the torch to these young men that are here today. There's one specific young man who's up here today. His name is Mr. Andrew Gant. And Andrew, who unfortunately had to leave us for almost 12 to 16 weeks. But now he's back up here, and he's coming back as a senior, and we welcome him back into the bond. In fact, Mr. Gant is going to be the second recipient of my scholarship that I have at the school. As well as Mr. Iman Neal. And if you don't know which ones they are, they're literally right next to each other. So I wanted this moment to look exactly what it looks like. This is important work that we do in the city of New Orleans. It represents beyond just education. You don't just go to St. Augustine High School to open up a book. You enter the halls of St. Augustine High School to become the better man, a greater individual, and a servant of your community. And I'm challenging every single one of these nights to continue to carry that torch. If you're in an undergrad at school right now at St.Aug, there is a torch that you still must carry. If you're on your way out and you're graduating next month on the 17th, we're expecting it that much more from you. And us older gentlemen, we're the ones who have paved the way for you to continue to walk, and do lean on us to continue to make a difference in your life, as well as when we can't walk anymore and we're in a wheelchair, we're expecting you to come and carry us. Thank you.